Okay, so as promised, now we're doing multiplying and dividing inequalities. So the big thing that's different between adding or subtracting is whenever you multiply or divide and there's a negative sign, you need to flip that inequality. So let's take a look. Right here, I give you an example. It says the rule, when multiplying or dividing by a negative, you flip the inequality sign. So I have a negative 4x is greater than 12. To isolate that x, I'm going to have to divide by the negative 4. So since I'm dividing by a negative 4, you see the inequality sign right here. I flipped it, okay? So I divide by the negative 4. I get a negative 3. So x is less than negative 3, okay? But I flipped that inequality sign because I divide it by a negative. Okay, let's try these two. That's the only difference. The only difference. 5x is greater than negative 25. Now remember, you have to divide or multiply by a negative. So to isolate this variable, I'm dividing by a positive 5. Even though there's a negative over here, what I'm dividing by is a positive. So since I'm not dividing by a negative, I don't flip the inequality, okay? You have to divide by or multiply by a negative. We are not doing that. So I divide it by the positive. I divide by a positive. Even though I'm still getting a negative, I'm not flipping the inequality. Okay, so that's my final answer. Now over here, negative 5x. So now I am dividing by negative 5. So I am going to flip that inequality. Divide by negative 5. So these cross off. I have x. I have to flip it. And negative divided by negative turns positive. So this turns into a positive 5. So there was a couple things about the last one you need to remember. A negative divided by a negative turns positive, so it turned into a positive 5. You divide it by a negative, so you had to flip that inequality sign. Okay. So again, that's the only difference, is if you multiply or divide by a negative with inequalities, only with inequalities, you do have to flip the inequality sign. All right. So why don't you get to practicing? Good luck. And if you have any questions regarding this, please feel free to reach out to me. Bye now.